Oh, Jordan Ellis here for Low Kick MMA. Today I've got with me Tom Aspinall, who makes his UFC debut on July 25th against Jake Collier. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing well, thanks. Are you all right?
I'm great. So just talk me through, obviously you're locked down right now, you're in your room. How has all this stuff impacted your training? I know the gyms aren't really open right now in England, so how's that working?
Well, I think it was about 8 weeks ago. We are actually allowed to train. Professional athletes are allowed to train. So that's been fine. The training's been absolutely fine. As far as this, obviously all the hard work's pretty much done now because we fight next week. So yeah, this has been absolutely no issue really. Just doing a little bit of training in the room and that's it. But I've got a full training camp in, so we're all good.
And there's no difference between, maybe your last camp and this camp. Is there you don't think you've missed out on anything due to everything that's going on?
No, not at all. The only thing that I've missed out on is stuff that hinders me training really, because I've not had much other responsibility apart from going to the gym and back because everywhere else is closed. So yeah, it's probably been a bit better, to be honest.
We've actually heard that from a few fighters saying, less people in the gym and it's more concentrated on the athletes like yourself. Obviously, you've got this is your first card training for a UFC fight alongside Darren Till. How's that been? Both training for the same card on the same night. It's got to be a bit special.
Well, it's been good, but we got quite a big pro team, so it's pretty rare that someone will fight on a card just on their own. I'm not just talking about UFC. I'm talking about other shows as well. So
Yeah.
everyone, our coach kind of always sets it up so everyone's fighting at a similar time anyway on the same card or around that time. So it's been good, but it just feels normal. It doesn't feel too different than normal.
Great. And the fact that it is UFC debut, are you excited about that? How are you feeling about it?
I feel good about it. It's a big deal, but I'm not trying to look at it like a big deal. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to take it as another fight. I've just got another fight against another guy in another place, and that's it really. I'm not trying to put it up there and make it something that it's not. At the end of the day, it's just another fight, so that's what I'm treating it as.
Is there any nerves or anxious? Do you talk about UFC jitters and things like that? Is there any of that heading in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous, but I'd be nervous to fight someone in a pub car park as well. Do you know what I mean? It's no difference. You know what I mean? It's another fight. I am nervous, but I'm nervous every time anyway. So that's just something that you have to deal with, and I think it's something that I'm always going to deal with as well, no matter what situation. If someone wants to fight me or I've got to fight someone, I'm going to be nervous, no matter what the situation.
And it's Fight Island, so I imagine I'm not sure where about you fought before, but I imagine it's largely in the UK. So what's it going to be like for you? Traveling to a different country and then all the stuff that goes with it, all the testing and the quarantine and things like that. How's that going?
I don't know, to be honest. We're going to find out, aren't we? Though I feel all right. I feel all right about it, but everyone else is doing it as well. So it's just one of them, innit? You just got to crack on with it. Really, you can't cry about it. You just got to go with it and get my fight done, and that's it.
Last time we spoke, it was just before Cage Warriors 107, and you were saying that you're happy to take your time. There was no rush to even get a Cage Warriors belt, and then the next thing you know, you get a big win and you're in the UFC. So has this all come a bit earlier than you anticipated?
Yeah, it's come a little bit earlier than I wanted, to be fair, and my team wanted, but we're kind of stuck because I was trying to get on a few different promotions and stuff before I signed with Cage Warriors, and I was struggling to get matchups there. And then signed with Cage Warriors, I had 2 fights, and then the promoter just came to me and said, not the promoter, the matchmaker, Ian Dean, at the end of after my last fight, and he just said, look, we are really going to struggle going forward here, so what do you want to do, kind of thing. He said, I can speak to the UFC, or you can look for other promotions if you want, or do whatever. And then it just so happened that the UFC actually did get in contact with me as well. So there was no option, basically. That the only place we've got to go is where we can get guaranteed opponents is the UFC. So that's where we are.
And once you're in the UFC, how much control do you and your management team have over who you're fighting and what pace you're pushed?
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. That's just all down to a management team. I don't even ask about that kind of stuff. I just do what I'm told, basically, and that's it.
Okay, well, first things first, there is Jake Collier on July 25th. Just let me know what you know about him and what you're expecting on Fight Night.
He's a tough one on him because he's not fought for like nearly 3 years. So I don't know what to expect of him. From what I've seen of him, he's got like a bit of an unorthodox style. Does a lot of spinning attacks, mixes it up well. He's got good cardio. He's durable. But say it's been nearly 3 years since he fought, so I don't really know what to expect going forward, to be honest.
So is it hard to prepare for someone like them? What do you do? Do you go and watch old tape, and how much like attention do you even pay to that because it has been so long, as you said?
I mean, I do. I have watched tapes and stuff. I was watching him yesterday, actually, and I think he's good as well. I think he's really good at what he does. But I think for me, I know for me personally, I change completely from one fight to another. So, and that's just in a few months usually, or 6 months or whatever. So you can't pay too much attention. I think you got to try and focus on yourself. I think more than your opponent, because you never really know what's going to happen in there until you get in.
So as I'd saying that, do you any see how you're going to win this fight? Do you see a route to victory, or do you have a prediction, or do you just go out there and see what happens?
I just try and go out there and let it flow. But I know one thing that I have. I believe I have some God-given power in my hands, and if I hit anybody, they're going to go asleep. It's not just Jake Collier I'm fighting. I mean, if I hit anybody clean, they're going to go asleep. So I kind of always got that. But if I go out there and enjoy it, just move around and take my time, the shots will come.
Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, you are on the undercard of your teammate Darren Till. I just want to know how he's doing in training, and how obviously there's a load of people fighting at the same time or around the same time. How involved have you been together? I know you spar a lot.
Well, we basically do. Let me just start by saying he's looking very sharp in training. He looks really sharp, and we're pretty involved. You know what I mean? We do basically the same sessions or very similar sessions anyway. So I'll see him every day. You know what I mean? Obviously, we work on our own specific stuff with different coaches and stuff, but generally speaking, we do train with each other at least once a day.
And how have you been for like other sparring partners? Obviously, you're a big heavyweight, and Darren's not the biggest. So are you getting all the bodies in during lockdown and things like that?
Yeah, I've managed to get some good sparring partners in this time. I've managed to recruit a good few heavyweights in, but we have to be particular with who you bring in, because obviously we're getting tested and stuff, and it's kind of like got to be people we know. We can't just drag anyone off the street who we've never seen before, and they might have some kind of illness or whatever and pass it on to one of us. So it's always someone we can know and trust. But we've had a lot of big guys in this time to spar with me, so I'm feeling prepared for it.
Okay. And now you're in the UFC. Obviously, a lot of fans who aren't from the UK might not know you are. So I just want to give you, the chance to explain, what type of fighter you are and what type of fighter they can expect.
They can just expect a heavyweight that doesn't move like a heavyweight. That's what they can expect. They can expect a heavyweight that hits like a heavyweight but doesn't move like one, and that can do everything.
And now you're in the UFC. What are the goals, just immediately for the rest of the year, and then beyond that, like, where do you see your UFC career going?
I see myself being a UFC heavyweight champion down the road, but that's going to be. I've got to get a lot more experience. So for like the next year or so, I just want to be as active as possible. Do you know what I mean? I want to try and get 3 fights a year in, and just build my way up slowly. Do you know what I mean? I'm not in a rush to do anything spectacular anytime soon. I just want to get as much experience against guys at similar level to me, or take a little step up every time, and not run before I can walk. Do you know what I mean? I just want to plod along and just learn as I'm going for right now.
And obviously, you're heavyweight, so you don't have to worry too much about a cut. Is there, a quick turnaround possible after this one? How many more times do you want to fight in 2020?
I'd like to fight another 2 times after this one if I can. I'd like to get 3 in this year if possible.
That'd be great. Well, that's everything from me, unless you've got anything to add.
I ain't got anything to add, thanks, but just make sure you tune in. Just make sure you enjoy it. That's what sport's all about, isn't it? Since we've been away from not much sport on, make sure you enjoy it and just kind of give credit to the people who are in there doing it when in the sport, because it's not an easy sport. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you give everyone credit, win or lose.
Great. Well, good luck with the the rest of camp or your travels and fight night. Can't wait to watch, mate.
Thanks, mate. Nice one.
Bye
See
now.
you soon.